Nick Ronald, and I'm a professional copywriter and communications consultant. I'm also the author of the book, Secret Influence, Communicate and Persuade with Power. I'm passionate about helping people to be better communicators and be able to learn how to influence others. And copywriting is one of the main ways of doing this. Because if you can't influence your audience, you're never going to be able to obtain success. You're not going to be able to run a successful business because you need to be able to influence your audience to follow you and like you, to buy your product and service, to listen to you. If you want to build a brand and turn your customers into fans, then you have to do that by influencing. It's one of the most important skills. So you can follow me on social media. I've got a Facebook group, number one copywriting community, which I share regular tips and strategies on how you can learn how to write with influence. So whether you're a copywriter or you just run your own business and you want to make sure everything you write has impact, join the group, number one copywriting community. So this video today is some tips around writing killer headlines. It's the 7th tip today I'm covering in my guide to writing killer headlines. If you want a copy of this ebook, go to www.howtowritekillerheadlines.com and you can get a copy sent to you via Facebook Messenger. So, all to the 7th tip. The 7th tip is around urgency of headlines. See, you want people to read your headlines because if they don't read your headline, they're not going to read your advert, they're not going to read your post. They're not going to get to the key messages, that important information. They're not going to click on the buy now if they don't read the headline. The headline's a gateway. And 80% of people don't read past the headlines. So that's 80% of lost business, lost audience, lost opportunity. So you have a short space of time, people skim read everything, we scroll, we're bombarded with information. So you've got a short space of time to hook them in, wow them, catch their attention and get them to read your headline and then the rest. So urgency, that's what I'm talking about today. Urgency and scarcity, they're two linked. So scarcity is about getting across that there's not many products left, and so if people want to get hold of your product, they have to hurry. There's not many left. There's only a few. There's short numbers, sales, things are running out. It's a great sense of urgency because of amount of product available. But urgency can also obviously relate to time. There's an offer. You've got 24 hours to take advantage of this deal. So what you've got to do is try and infuse your headlines with urgency. Because of course, if there isn't that sense of urgency of your headlines, then what you do risk is readers maybe delaying reading it, thinking, well, I'll come back to that. I'll look at that later. Maybe they'll bookmark it, but they might never come back to it again. We all get distracted. Purpose of headlines is to get them to read it now. We don't want them delaying. We don't want them postponing. So urgency and scarcity are two powerful ways of doing this. And if we use them together, they can produce outstanding results. Potential customers tend to respond quickly to either urgency or scarcity. It's kind of hardwired into our brains. It's a psychological thing. We tend to buy on emotions, and we connect on emotions because we're emotional beings. So an urgency, missing out, if you don't hurry, if you don't, you're going to miss out. It's innate built to us that we don't want to miss out. We want to take advantage. We want to grab the opportunity. We don't want to be the last person in the queue. So if you look at some of the big e-commerce sites like Amazon, for example, the obvious one, they use it a lot. They use urgency and scarcity all the time with special deals, special offers, tailored content with countdowns. And if you also look at the whole idea of a Black Friday or Black Monday, that one day build up big special offer day, that's all about urgency. You've got one day to take advantage of massive deals. You're going to have to wait all year before the next one to get these deals. It's a one-off. It's an annual one-day event. Best discounts you'll ever get on all the best products. So, just to give you a couple of examples ways of creating urgency is using those power words and those words that like trigger a sense of urgency as soon as you read them. So things like grab this special offer now before it expires. Only 24 hours left to buy one of the last 10 laptops. Be specific, include numbers. The smaller the time frame, the more the sense of urgency and the higher the rate of action taken. So urgency creates another sense of why, and we know that why is what motivates people to take action. It's why people read on. Why should people read on? Why should people click? Why should people buy? And urgency adds, builds up that argument for why people should take action. So if you want people to take action, you want people to read your content, you want to influence people, it starts with a headline, and urgency is one of the key ways of doing that. So in my guide, 7 Steps to Write Killer Headlines, I cover lots of different tips. Now, obviously, you wouldn't use all of them at one go. You might combine some of them, and it depends on the situation, the type of content, type of audience, but they're all principles and they're all proven to work. So the way when you start practicing them and get better at using them, then your copywriting will be more effective. Guaranteed. Okay, thank you for listening. Goodbye.